And we are live and back again. Hello, everybody. Happy Easter, happy Sunday, happy Resurrection Day, however you choose to acknowledge this day. Hello, 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 everybody. This is your boy James, and you're on my channel, WatchYoMouthReviews, where today I am here to give you my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. And it is not going to happen this video, but that's okay. I'm going to live to fight another day. Joining me is my co-host, Mrs. Best. Y'all say what's up to her.
Hello, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. Happy Resurrection to those who celebrate.
Yes, and thank you so much, Mrs. Best. Y'all, please be sure to subscribe to Mrs. Best. Any reviews or recaps I don't cover on my channel is because collectively we share different shows and we cover some on her channel as well. And if you want to get some of the opinions like 90 Day Fiance, Before the 90 Days, Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta and Miami is coming back to you guys. So we'll have that. And also we have Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And we just picked up Real Housewives of Rhode Island, which was definitely a mouth drop for myself. So hopefully you guys love those shows, and we'll go to Mrs. Best channel, subscribe, and be sure to tell her that James sent you. So let me go ahead and acknowledge everybody in the comments. Shani was up in here early because she watching the episode. Hey, Shani, I hope you finished and hope you're ready to read everybody in the comments like you always do. Be ready for you, Shani. Kevin Reynolds is here this morning. Hey, Kevin Reynolds, happy Easter to you as well. My girl Keywan is in the building. Hello, hello, hello. So you guys, we have a full cast here with us. So we have a lot to talk about, but not a lot to talk about. So let's get to it. So the opening scene is with Marceau and Tisha. So Marceau said it's been heavy on his spirit that Tisha went and ran her mouth to Trish to tell Trish that Kim was up in other women's DMs. And he said that as a couple who has fought the adversity of cheating rumors, that it would not behoove them to fall into that trap themselves and tell another woman that her man is up in other women's DMs. Marceau said it's heavy on his spirit. He can't believe Tisha did this. But she did it, and I have to now correct it. And I got to tell her about herself, too. I got to tell her that she the op. She shouldn't be playing with people's relationships. And I'm looking at Marceau like, Marceau, no, that is not how that shit go. And you know that's not how that shit go. Let me explain to y'all. Anybody who is a friend to me, if my man is in other men's or women's, because I've had men that went both ways. I tend to like to date a bisexual dude. That's me personally. If they are in men and women's DMs and y'all have firsthand knowledge and maybe some proof of it, y'all better tell my black ass. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all better tell me when somebody is up in my man's DMs and I don't know about it. Because I am not the friend that's going to get mad at y'all for telling me. I am the friend that after you didn't show me the proof that he in somebody else's DM, we pulling up together and confronting said person. That's how I get down. Because I trust that anything my friends bring to me is because one, they love me. One, the man got me fucked up and they want to make sure I get my get back. And then three, we're going to have a good time with my single again party. So I didn't agree with that. I felt like, to me, if Tisha knew firsthand that man was in there, yeah, if that's her friend, she should be telling her. Because it would be crazy that y'all are on a reality TV show being filmed. Tisha knew about it and didn't say shit. That would be crazy as hell. So I felt like that was insane that Marceau tried to correct Tisha on that. I just didn't think that was cool at all. I felt like, to me, he should have trust in her enough to say, hey, okay, like, let's not get in the middle of it, but definitely if it's foul, let your friend know. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about Marceau correcting Tisha about telling Trish about the DMs that Ken was in?
He was right to do so as her husband. Tisha's messy. And he knows that Tisha does not care about these people to be commented on it from a caring place. And he not trying to have beef with nobody else because of Tisha. The last time he had beef with somebody because of Tisha was with Martell, and they took it straight to hell. So I feel like Marceau Like, and no, I don't like him, but in this situation, good. Because I'd be saying in every other review that I wish that somebody would put a muzzle over Tisha's mouth. And he finally came and did it. So I can't blame him for it. If Tisha was like really Trisha's friend and not messy, then I'd be like, stick beside your wife. But Tisha be putting him, the other men, she always got something to say. So I'm not mad at him for putting a muzzle over that bitch mouth. But ideally, I would want my husband to stick beside me. He could have said to Ken, I'm not getting involved in this female mess just because you mad about some shit that you've admitted to doing. But, I don't know. I don't take any of these people seriously. So it's very difficult for my opinion.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying because in real life, that is how it should go. But for this circumstance, because it's Tisha, I totally get why you feel that way. So definitely. But that's all that they really show. Moving on to the next scene, Nell is having kind of a, I don't want to call it a charcuterie because she just has some fruit with some champagne. She has Destiny and Trish over, and they're talking. Destiny fills Nell in about Detroit and how it went. She's meeting some of her siblings for the first time. There's 6 underneath her, so she is the big sister. She said that the situation between her and her mom, it just it's touch and go. She doesn't know how to really navigate that. But she said that, it brought her a lot of peace that she has family. I do love the fact that she, acknowledges that. And I hope that her and her siblings have a great bond surely thereafter now that they've met the mother. Now, we then, scatter around about Lance. So, because, Lance has a birthday party coming up and, Miss Nell says she don't know what Lance's situation be in. He be turning up, then he talking about he got a girlfriend and everything, and then I don't know who he be serious with, and you know, Destiny's like, oh yeah, I know all the situations, I know, and she goes, yeah, I know but I heard that Kiara had a problem with you, and Destiny said, well, she shouldn't have a problem with me if she had a control of her man. She shouldn't have a problem with me at all. And I just said, Destiny, that is messy as hell. That is bestie as hell. Like, if you're not gonna give her some sense of ease, well, one, I put this on Lance more so because he should be able to explain the relationships of what he has when it comes to especially other women. He should be able to explain that shit. And if there is a space where y'all can meet and be cordial, then it should definitely happen. But it was kind of funny that Destiny was just shrugging that off like that's her problem. That's a Kiara problem. And then the last thing we talk about is this whole situation with Trisha Ken. I don't want to go through all of the rigmarole because they shit is stupid because they're back together. They're going through therapy. They only went through a few sessions. And then she turns around and says that Ken wants a baby of his own. So, they've been talking about having a baby for about a year now. Y'all been talking about having a baby for a year, but yet at this point in time in this episode, you are still married to another man. And the whole last year was your husband and your boyfriend getting into it with each other over said marriage and relationship. But y'all was talking about having a baby for the last year. Okay, Trish. Okay, Trish. Whatever. Because that sounded crazy as fuck coming out your mouth when y'all had all of these ifs in between your relationship. That's crazy to say, oh, but we still want a baby. Okay. Okay. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about, this scene with Nell, Trish, and Destiny?
I'm not gonna comment on Destiny and her siblings no more just because I think with that storyline she's given what she can give for now. But the only thing I would comment on is Trish.
Okay, go ahead.
And Nell's messy self. Because Nell kept asking, well, are you gonna get a divorce before you have a baby? Are you gonna get a divorce before you get married? Nell kept saying at the end of every sentence, are you gonna get a divorce? And I was kind of chuckling because I felt like, one, she was being messy, but then also two, I feel like she was really trying to get Tris to see, like, maybe we shouldn't be planning weddings and children when we're not divorced. Also, maybe you shouldn't be planning to have children with a man that is very friendly and responsive to what's in his DMs. I'm just saying. Trisha's decision making, I don't understand it. And then at one point, she said she had left him. Even Destiny was like, these people break up and they get back together, so maybe she'll get pregnant in the 3 days that they are back together. I said, you know what? At this point, nobody takes Ken or Trish seriously on the cast who's watching the show, production. The only person that takes them seriously is Carlos King, and his discernment is questionable at minimum. So James, I just don't understand why this lady is trying to have a baby.
I would think first of all, my thought process is different, y'all, so please forgive me. What I'm about to say is not very orthodox. I would think that after I have a grown child, I am not having another child. That's how I think. I feel like once I have a child that gets over 18, there is no more having any baby children. I don't care how many I have in between that. Like, there's no baby children coming at me once I have a grown child. And to me, the reason why I say it, because y'all, it's very common in Phoenix for women to start over after they have older kids. Like, I've worked with a lady at Discover.
Everywhere now. A lot of women, I don't understand it, but I've seen a lot of women doing that both on TV and in person, starting over, which is insane. I don't think she really wanted 4 kids. I don't believe her when she said that.
I don't believe her either.
Not the way she was hollering and crying about how hard it was with Marquez with just the 2.
Yeah. I see, like, for me, like, I see it more commonly with men doing that. Like having grown kids and then I don't really see it with the women more so. So it is kind of shocking, but I agree with you. I did not foresee her wanting 4 kids because you would have had them with your husband.
You could have done that with your husband because obviously they didn't struggle in the bedroom. That's the one area she's not complaining about him with.
Yes. So that's why I feel like, so at what point, because here's the thing, and y'all, another thing is that her daughter and her son are very far apart in age. So to me, I kind of feel like I don't believe her either. I just don't believe her. I don't believe that she wanted 4 kids. I think that maybe a conversation did have a baby because he's always wanted one, because he tends to pick women with children already. So maybe he felt like, okay, they're already a mother. Let's put one more in you. So yeah, I just think that maybe that was a conversation that maybe they had for him to stay around because the financial backing is great. So maybe that's what it was, but I just don't foresee it. She just didn't convince me that she wanted to start over after having one grown child. She just doesn't give me that. I just don't see it. So let's read the comments. I'm behind. So let me go ahead and get Keywan said, Marcel, please. Kevin Reynolds said Tisha is well aware of her messiness, then plays as though she did not mean anything.
That's her MO.
She do that though. Yeah, I agree with you. This is it. This is as far as I got in the episode. Now Destiny and Trisha talking. I started yawning and went to make something to eat. You ain't miss nothing. That shit was stupid. Kevin Reynolds is saying, hey to Q1. Let me see. Happy Resurrection Day. Jewel, hey, thank you for being here this morning. I appreciate you. Marcel's correct this time and was intentional, as he should check Tisha. They both have contributed and learned the hard way to mind their business. Tisha was devastated about Marcel's other son. Tisha was devastated about Marcel has another son? I don't recall that, Jewel. He has another son outside of the oldest son he has with Tisha? Or was that a rumor about him having a break? But I don't remember that rumor. Huh. I have to go back and rewatch that. Thank you for bringing that up, though. I appreciate it. We're saying happy Easter. Nell is hella messy. She can dish it, but can I take it? ET. Kevin Reynolds, we're not gonna start this today.
We are gonna start it because I did not like how Nell was dressed at her son's party.
Oh, I didn't like that shit either.
No, hell out of me this episode.
That shit was ugly as hell. I said, "Now come on." Now she really ain't a fashionista. So I mean, I wasn't surprised by it, but it was like, damn, you could have put in just a little bit more effort in it. Come on now. Shani, you don't know if you want to be with Kim from 1 week to the next, but you ready to have a baby. Maybe she wants the child support. Maybe. Maybe she wants the child support. Huntsville is truly low on this community population, kissing cousins. I can't wait to get to that. Shit was weird as hell. I'm not surprised by that, but it was weird as hell. Shani said, James speak the truth because once to reach 16, 15, 17, I was not having no more kids. I don't blame you because to me, I'm not starting over after I have a grown child. Like, my child can give me grandbabies at that point. So, no, there's no point in having that. Like, I'm not. If I get baby fever after I done raise kids, I'm gonna wait till my children are in a financial stable world, and then I will tell them, "Hey, I want some grandbabies. When is that coming?" Or I'll go volunteer somewhere. I don't know, like, but yeah, I don't blame you. Tisha is truly confused, holding on. Trisha is truly confused, holding on to Martez, Ken off and recently flirting with her cousin, Fat Finger. We don't get into that. Marcel is the son of Jalen Kimmy's son. Okay. I think I might be picking up what you putting down. Okay, now that y'all are saying that, I totally got that now. I got thrown for a loop because I don't never remember that happening as much as I watched the show. But we gonna move it along, y'all. So we gonna move along to where my notes at? The next scene. Oh, so Nell meets up with Lance, and she has her daughter Kayla. She's so cute to me, the little Kayla. So they're sitting down at the table because Lance's birthday party, and Nell is hosting and paying for the party. I don't know what year birthday. I don't know how Lance is, so I don't know. But she said this is the last time she's doing this. The last time she is sponsoring a birthday party. She said she done after this. So they look at the spot. It's a cool little cute little spot. And then they begin talking, and Nell wants to know what's going on, with this whole Lance wanting to be outside and dropping the babies off between her, Kayla, and everybody else. And she thought she was in a relationship with the girl Kiara. What happened with her? And she goes, why do you always want to be outside? And she mentions also his face being bruised up. And he said, well, this happened because, I didn't eat that day and I met up with my friends and, we was horse playing around and I landed on my face. And I'm listening to this story and I'm like, okay, Lance. Mrs. Best, do you believe that story?
I don't know why Lance is here. That's all I kept thinking the whole episode. I was like, you're not really a cast member. You're the son of a cast member that should be leaning into the struggles of her husband losing a license. But here I am watching this light skinned nigga with dreads bullshit.
It just like he got his ass whooped to me, but I mean, I digress.
Right. Why was he bruised and scratched up in the face? Who took
He
off
said
on him?
he said that no, that's not what happened. He said, he didn't eat that day and he met up with his friends. They was horse playing and he landed on his face. That's what he said, word for word.
I have actual vertigo. And when I don't eat, sometimes I do get dizzy and fall down on my face. It ain't never had a scratch like that. It's looking like one of his little hoes took off on him because they probably found out about another hoe. That's what it looked like. Them scratches, he didn't fall down. And he gives fuck boy. I don't know why. He just gives sleazy.
Yeah, it does give a little sleazy, I ain't gonna lie. But Lance tells Nell, it's cold in the house. I want to be outside too, and I want to do that. But then Nell was like, but you have kids, and then don't be bringing all these random ass women to your house with my grandbabies. Like, don't be doing all of that. And he was like, fine, I just won't tell you who I'm dating then. And I'm just like, oh Lord, now you being sarcastic. Then he mentions that Trish is up in his DMs, and they said Trish, and so he shows them a picture he had taken, and apparently Trish commented 3 heart eye emojis, and then the last emoji was the tongue, the emoji, and Nell didn't know what any of that meant. Oh my God, you have to be revving that motorcycle right now. Y'all, it's Sunday. It's Resurrection Day. The bikers are out eating. I live across from a diner, and that's where they go and like to frequent. So sorry for the loud noise in the background because apparently he won't stop revving it. But so they showed Chris show. I mean, not Chris. Lance shows Nell and Kayla what it is, and they're like trying to explain and try to reason with it. And Trish gives her reason, which we'll get to later. But I just feel like at this point, Mrs. Best, what was your first impression knowing that Trish commented those emojis specifically on her said cousin's post?
I mean, Trish has already explained that she's related to the Fletchers through Chris Fletcher. So Nell's son Lance is not a Fletcher. So, I mean, they're not cousins. But Trish is a secret hoe. We all know that. She got a boyfriend and a husband. Okay. 304.
So you think Trish was trying to send that P over there?
Boyfriend and a husband. If that ain't a hoe, then what is it? We gonna call her what the young people say, a thought. What did people used to say back in the day? Round the way girl. In the Bay Area, we call her popular. Whatever you want to call it. If you got a boyfriend and a husband, and at one point she was fucking them both at the same time, she's a 304. So am I surprised that she's hitting on the young, light-skinned nigga with dreads? No. Trish gives me an undercover nympho too. And I feel like when she looks at Lance, she probably smells the fuck boy and probably think he could break my back. Now, I am not trying to be extra or none of that. I truly believe that. I was not surprised by any of it. She a hoe on the low. That's all. That's all. That's why she's so calm and willing to accept her boyfriend being in the DMs. She was like, I just ignore them. Bitch, no, you don't. You don't ignore them because you know they're there. You're not ignoring them. So she a hoe. I'm not surprised. Talk about fat finger. Y'all, I'm so old. I had to go and Google. I was talking to Siri last night. I said, hey, Siri, what does fat finger mean? My dumb ass watching this show last night. And I was like, fat finger. She a lion.
First of all, that's stupid. That was a stupid excuse, Trish. That was really stupid because in order for you to steal fat finger, you still have to send it in order for the comment to post.
My finger ain't never slipped to the send button. My God.
Right. Like, come on. Them buttons is in two different places. Cut that shit out. That shit was stupid for her to even say that. That wasn't even a good lie.
You know Trish be lying when she start rocking back and forth. And then she starts, talking like this because, because that's what's going on. When she starts sounding like a CD skipping in 2002, that's when you know that she is telling a lie. Okay.
Like, girl, stop it. Like, cut it out. Like, oh my God. Just say you want him. Yes, it's not your blood cousin, but still, like,
she just wants. I don't even think she won't Lance like that. She just wants to sit on the dick. She wants to try it. Just say that, sis. It's cool.
Just say that. Yeah, it's cool. Like, I mean,
gotta be a hoe on the low, creeping on the come up.
Look, it's weird, but at the same time, they are not blood related. And it is what it is. Like, I wouldn't have been mad if she would have just admitted it.
I know her son be stressed out.
Because I would be too if that was my mom out here doing all this. Absolutely.
Your dad running around Atlanta pretending to be a music producer. I know them kids is stressed.
Shani said, kid giving her child support for kids that aren't even here. That's what I wait for. Tariq to give you a grandbaby. He gonna give you one, Shani. He gonna give you.
Well, it's good that he's taking his time.
Yeah, but he's taking his time. Yes, I'm glad he made it to the age that he is and still does not have any because that's very rare nowadays. Like kids be getting pregnant and shit at 12 nowadays. Hell, so you get
not 12.
They do. It'd be crazy. Be like the fuck. Why do y'all think about fucking at that age? Like seriously,
I don't know. At 12, I was not thinking about sex. I really just wanted to watch like television. I was excited for TV.
I think I got my first volunteer job at 12. I was at a kids camp in the summer, and I was just excited about that because I thought I was going to get paid at the end of it, and I was disappointed because it was only volunteer hours. I didn't get shit. After how Kayla made that nasty comment towards Lexi at the dinner table, it is F Kayla forever. I
Hmm.
I understand how you feel, Kevin Reynolds, because I did think that that was totally inappropriate and messed up of her. But at the same time, that is their family drama, and that's only one version of the story that we have. I blame Chris for that, not so much Kayla. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um, Miss Nell went too far with calling out both Lance and Kira. Lance is a floating visitor on the show. I, I,
Jewel, that annoyed the crap out of me. I was like, why is this lady talking to her son about his situation? Like, that was not her business to get into. I looked at my husband, I said, and my mother-in-law be watching me and James's channel, and she know I don't play that shit. Don't do that.
I just think it was in such poor taste. Like, to me, that your son is not your man. Like, why are you so invested in his business? And if I was Kiara, I would be turned off and I would have left because,
Yeah, because
first of
why is
all,
your
your
mama in
mama too
our
involved. Yeah,
situation? She should have been done anyway because she found out he was lying to her and her mama. It's like, oh, you gonna lie to your mama and me?
yeah.
You ain't never
But
gonna fix.
but y'all know, a lot of women give light skinned men too many chances anyway. So,
That's true. That's
it's
true.
it was never going to be, because y'all love y'all good light skinned men. Some about light skinned men that I'm telling y'all women will forgive, knowing they be on some fuck shit, but y'all will forgive them and move on like nothing happened.
Mhm.
Yes, Lance Steffi. Yes, he does. Absolutely, he does. And that's what's so crazy about it. And that's why if I was Kara, I wouldn't even be getting mad like that. Like, I wouldn't be. Like, to me, use them for what you can use them for and move the fuck on and get you somebody else. Like, that's crazy. Like,
I
no.
agree with the last comment.
I'll get there in just one
Yeah, I
sec.
know you're gonna get there, but with Kiera, I do feel like she's trying to be on the show because, like you're saying, she should be done. Most people would be done with him, but the fact that she still was tolerating it was crazy.
Shani said, I didn't even see it. I don't believe Lance. That's what I'm saying. Y'all gotta stop giving these light skinned men these privileges like y'all be doing because this is what they feel like they can do. I'm telling you, it's light skin privilege. Exactly. It would have been a run in with a woman.
You know, from them scratches, women will scratch you up. Men is closed fists. You gonna see black eyes, things like that. A woman, you gonna see scratches and scrapes.
Well, he had a black eye on his right eye. If y'all go back and look at the scene again, he
We could
had
give him
like
that too. Scratches and scrapes too, though. The scrape on his nose told me that he probably got
she
stalked off guard by a female, and then he tried to stop her, and she probably scratched his face, mushed him.
no, whoever it is, Kiara left-handed because whoever it is, that girl's left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever she is,
Mm-hmm.
she's left-handed because that was a solid left hook to the face and a
It
scratch.
was.
Absolutely.
It
So
absolutely was.
yes, yes. I
Good for
saw that.
whoever did it, though.
S It does look like somebody punched. I'm sorry. That ain't from no fall. I'm sorry. No, you have a clear bruise underneath your right eye right here.
What's funny is they tried to put a little bit of concealer under it.
Yes, I saw
And
that
so it
too. It
was
is
making it
confessional.
more
Yeah.
noticeable. Them
Yes.
trying to
He is
cover it with
light
the
skinned. That
makeup.
is not going to y'all. Come on. It's not gonna happen like that. Sorry.
Crazy.
We fall down, but we get up. Come on, every time.
Shanny. She is,
Trish is a
Kevin.
secret house. She is.
I'm gonna watch my mouth.
Absolutely.
I'll behave. But I
Yes.
know what I'm looking at, as James says.
Trish's profile pictures on IG are intentional and messy. She
So
wants
do.
Ken around, but not living in her house. I said this from the day one. I said that Ken is there for financial security because that's not what she was getting from Marquez. And Marquez was the sexual part that she was frustrated with Ken about because something tells me Marquez know exactly what the fuck he doing in bed. And something tells me that Ken does not. So that's where
Of
I
course
feel
not.
like,
He don't
huh?
even know how to thirst trap correctly. Shout out to Keywan J TV. She be DMing me and James and Shana like posts of Ken thirst trapping. He don't even do that right. Like, I'm like, there's nobody that's interested in these videos but old ladies who ain't seen nobody handsome with some muscles in a minute. Because what? Ugh, can't stand Ken James.
Yes. Keywan said, was it me or did it feel like Kiera was trying to get you on the show? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And to me, I feel like it ain't worth it for me to be on the show, not with some old,
Go on a show where you'll get some
C
money
class,
or
yeah,
notice enough.
some old
This
C
ain't
class character
consistent.
on the show that they don't even, that just got a confessional this season. So yes. Um, when my son was in high school, I told him repeatedly, "Don't come home with no damn babies." Yeah, I'm thinking he took that too literal. My mom told me yeah, we do. Let me explain. Because if my mom was the same way. Don't bring no damn babies or you're gonna hear my mouth. And I made it apparent never to hear my mom's mouth. I always did the right thing. I never lied to my mom. I came home exactly when she told me to. I told her where the fuck I was going. And the thing about it is that when it came to the sex talk with me and my dad bought me condoms. My dad bought the wrong fucking size. So I didn't have sex for the time that I was ready to have sex. I didn't have sex for a whole year because I was too scared to buy my own condoms. Until one day I actually had the, conversation with myself. I got off work. I was working at Round Table. I had got off work, and on Foothill, how the Walgreens is right down the street.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to that Walgreens and bought the right size condom so that way I could have sex. Yeah, because I was scared. Like I was scared of my mom. Like no, and the fact that I didn't have the right size condoms, I wasn't finna take that chance. So sorry.
My husband's mom gave us condoms after my husband knocked me up. And I said to myself, "You a little late, Kathy." In my head, you a little late.
Yeah. So yes, I can relate to yours. I can relate to him very much because that was the same thing my mom told me, and because my dad bought the wrong size condoms, I was not finna play around like that. So I waited till I had the courage.
Shani, but another thing, because I have younger brothers, one of them is your son's age. The women, the quality of them and the way that they conduct themselves, he may not have no baby because he's not trying to knock up no thought trot or none of that. It is hard out here. They be looking for what they can get out of men instead of looking for the actual connection. So my brother stayed dumping some girl because of that. I said, Lord, like she asked me to cash up her $500. We've gone on a second date. I'm like, not after the second date. Is that what we doing, ladies?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
these new hoes is different.
They are different.
Maybe want
mind you, I have not dated
to go on a date. I'm like,
I haven't dated a woman since 2017, so I don't know what these two girls do nowadays. So it's Kevin Reynolds, James, what size for the condoms do share? Kevin Reynolds, I will DM you. I am not going to share that out. But my dad is no longer with us, so I am not going to. I went too far saying that. I'm not going to say what size he bought me. Just
I love Kevin. I love you, Kevin.
I will DM you and tell you what size they were. When my son was in high school, yes, I was buying him condoms. Don't come here with no babies at the age of 15 or 16. Well, I mean,
you can't pay for them.
Right, exactly. No, it's that simple. It really is. So yes. But moving on along, y'all. It's finally this party. And as we said, Nell coming there looking a mess. And I was like, man, Nell, why did you put that on here? Chris Fletcher actually didn't talk much. I was actually very surprised by that. I really was.
Still processing the loss of his license.
Yeah. So
you can tell he's sulking.
Yes. So everybody, is showing up. Lance brings Kira as his date to his birthday party. I don't know where they are in their relationship, and neither does Neil. So the first thing that Neil does when she come up in here, she goes, "Hey, Kira, I ain't seen you since you was at the dinner at my house party. I didn't know if you two was together or y'all wasn't together." And she goes, "You got to ask your son." Kira says, "You got to ask your son about that because he blurs the lines on our relationship all the time." She goes, "Really? Like, well, she goes, he be outside and, I do my thing. He does his thing. We meet in the middle. That's what it is." She goes, "Oh, wait, I thought y'all was together. He brought you to my house and I thought y'all was together. I don't want nobody at my house and y'all not together." And I'm looking at Nell like, Nell, I get where Nell is coming from, y'all. I'm not saying Nell is wrong, but this situation of her coming up to Kira and doing all of this is wrong. My mom is
business, Mama Smurf.
My mom is the same way. My mom don't want me bringing nobody that I'm not serious about. Like, she does not want to meet somebody I'm not serious about. So in that aspect, I do understand where Nell's coming from. However, this ain't the time nor place, and it ain't none of your fucking business. So that's where I kind of feel like Nell's overstepping. But, Lance comes over, after they get done talking, and, Kiera brings it up to him about the conversation that her and Nell just had and everything, and how they don't know what they are. And he goes, "Well, hold on, like, you be doing your thing, I'll be doing my thing. What's the problem? Like, why is this being spread around here?" And she goes, "Well, you tell me. You tell your mama everything. You tell me. Like, why I'm just looking at Kiera like, oh my God, this Maury shit, really, Carlos, really." let me break it down for y'all. Lance is the type of person that like his cake and eat it too. He gonna have you and two others on the side. He ain't giving you no real commitment. He ain't giving you no blurred lines. He ain't saying what it is, so you can't come to him and say, "Well, we in a relationship while you got Becky and Susie over there on the other corners." He ain't coming to you with that. And see, that's what men do these days. Men don't give it a definition, or don't give it a relationship, or don't give it a commitment, so they won't never blur the lines. So when you blur the lines, they can say, "Well, I never told you that. I never said we was together. I never said that." Yes, I'm getting the, the good, but at the end of the day, I never said we was in no relationship, and you doing your own thing with your man. She go, "Yep, I sure am, because you ain't giving me nothing." And that's where I want women to move nowadays. Do your own thing too. Stop waiting for the man to come around to you and then you just give it and stay loyal. That's crazy as hell. No, do your thing and y'all meet in the middle. So Nail started all this drama and through all this catastrophe, and for what, Nail? Like, now everybody is circling around trying to get them an earful. I saw Marcel and Maurice over there at the bar just sipping their drinks, just looking at them. Like, look at these. Look, it's all about them now. Y'all got Southern Scots to do that shit, by the way. That is annoying as hell. But Mrs. Best, how did you feel about Kiera and Lance's blow up at his birthday? Do you think that Nell should have really inserted herself? And do you think Kiera is blurring the lines on their relationship?
They're not cast members. I could give a flying fuck about their relationship if it's that. I feel like Nell liked to act like nobody could talk about her family, but she liked to use her family as a storyline. I don't need to see what's going on with their relationship. I don't give a fuck. All I'll say, that is a grown-ass man with kids. Mind your motherfucking business and fix your wig and wear age-appropriate clothes. Go get a tissue, some aromatherapy, and a counselor. Sit down with your husband and get him some help, because the nigga is sad about this license. I'm trying to tell y'all, he is sad about the license. There's a spark gone from Fletcher this season. I feel like Nell could be showing other stuff that actually has to do with her instead of using her whole ass son and his round the way girl for this month as a storyline.
I agree.
Like, so this is stupid. People gonna bring who they bring around family. Some people bring every person they date around family. Some people bring the people they serious about around family. But as family, like my younger brother's like that. Every single girl he date, he like to bring around us, and we treat them all the same. Hi, how you doing? Macaroni salad's over here. Macaroni and cheese is over there. Have a drink. This is where the bathroom is. Lovely dress. We treat them all the same. Okay. And to hold that stick, that's the one we'll get to know, and all of that. Okay. It's not fucking hard. They could have kept this storyline. I was so annoyed watching it. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. Rant over. Mrs. Best gonna be quiet before I piss the fans off. I'm gonna shut up.
No, it was the simple fact that your ass said. Hold on, let me take Shady's comment. Shady, I'm gonna come back to your comment in a minute. No, it was the fact that your ass said macaroni salads over there, macaroni cheese over there. Hello, how you doing? Nice, pretty dress. Okay, nice. Nice to see you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Just greet the hoe. Who cares? Just greet her. It's not hard. It's called small talk.
Then she said, "Whatever hoe stick is the one I'm gonna get."
That's how it should be. I have brothers. I am the first-born female on my dad's side of the family. Okay. Do you know how many hoes I have to see at family events? It'd be a different bitch every Thanksgiving with my cousin CJ, my cousin Trey. I'm nice to all of them. Okay. I'm nice to every last one of them because they are people. And whenever they change up their roster and rotation, then I'm going to be nice to the next. And when the host stick, which is usually the one that has a baby or that they marry once they grow up and pay their own bills, then I'll get to know her. But I mean, Nell did all of that. And it's like, damn, if you listen to the girl, it sounds like your son don't want her. And Nell seemed upset that her son is moving like a hoe, but he's grown.
The problem with Nell is that she wants
your husband.
She wants her son to be married. That's the fucking problem. And the thing about it is, because I guess it shows ordinance. I guess it shows like a sensibility of him having value. I guess that's really what it is, because to me, her gripe was she hate that he outside having all these different women and he has baby children. But it's like at the same time, he grown and gonna do what the fuck he want to do. And if it's not settling down is what he not wants to do, then that's not what he's going to do. And as we said in the comments, he gets fuck boy, and he does. Like, I'm sorry. I wish I had better things to say about this very handsome kid who, has a life and children, but it seems like he likes to be outside and likes to get entertainment. He likes attention. And to me, I feel like that's Nell's problem too, because Nell probably was that kind of mama that always fed into, he's probably was the golden child like Maurice, that probably always fed into him, telling him he was just so cute and just always doing it, which you're supposed to do, but there's limitations to that. There shouldn't be like, oh, okay, well, now I'm going to run with this big old head because my mama gave it to me and I'm going to go and just be this fuck boy outside. Like, no, they're supposed to have.
I bet you, James, that Kiera or whatever her name is, I bet you that's who scratched his face up and this is his peace offering. Yeah, why don't you be my date to my birthday party so you can see I'm serious? I bet you that's what happened, because she was real sour as his date.
Kiera, are you
left? Face was scratched up. I feel like she got sick of him and fucked him up, and his peace offering is her as a date. That's what this whole situation gave. Not a walking dildo.
Kiera, are you left-handed? Did you do this, Kiera? Are you left-handed? Don't let me find out. Don't pick up no fork. Don't pick up no drink with your left hand.
Left hand too. So I'm like, it might have been. I'm telling you, I've seen some toxic shit. I am the first female in my family. It's a bunch of men. I just remember my big cousin Robbie. He always got a different bitch and stay driving their cars. And he used to be showing up to events.
One of them.
Yes, men be doing stuff like that. It's giving toxic. I bet they have a fun time in the bedroom, but that's probably as deep as
he looked like he throw it down. He do. He looked like he throw it down. Like he do. I'm not gonna lie. Like he definitely give that kind of energy. But that's probably why Destiny, was so hung over him too. And why she's still in the business.
I'm with Shadi's comment though. What she say? As long as my son and his girl are not beating the hell out of each other, your relationship is none of my damn business. That is correct.
Shady, in this case, if our assessment of Kiera is correctly, does that go away now? So if Kiera actually was the person that did this, does Nell now have a right of validation? Because I would have been asking, okay, that don't look like you just fell. Who the fuck did this then?
Somebody did this to you.
Yeah, because that is very significant.
That's a lie you tell your parent too, because that's a lie only your parent would believe.
Oh no, and I got hit in the face. No, I got hit in the face with a girl that over there off of D Street in 98. She whooped my ass. I told my mom. I got my ass. You told your mama? I sure did. I told my mom I got my ass whooped. I sure did.
Oh
Lord. My cousin. Here's the thing. It was funny because my cousin knew who it was, and she didn't even want to fight her.
Now she didn't want the problems.
She didn't want the problem. She was like, James, who was it? And I said who it was. She go, okay, yeah, you got your ass whooped. Let's go ahead and get you a plate of food.
Lord. That's some shit.
No, so fake giving Kiera an exaggerated hello, yet giving another face in her confessional a few episodes back. That's because Nell can't keep up. That's the problem. Nell is hoping.
Really bad at.
Yeah, that's what she's mad at. Nell can't keep up with this. And she's hoping that Kiera, since there's more consistency, she probably hears this name all the time. She probably has conversations with Lance about Kiera. So she's hoping Kiera is the one that sticks, considering the one who had the baby by him did not stick. So, yes. Not a flying fuck.
Not a flying one.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, we don't know. If Kiera is left-handed, I'm with the Kiera did this. If she is left-handed, she did this. I feel like I want to say bitch after Mrs. Best read on. Oh goodness gracious, y'all are killing me. Hoes need to eat, also have some cake.
Right, Nell did too much. Just greet them and feed them.
Bottom line, Lance is a walking dildo. Oh Lord Jesus, not a walking dildo. Just like John Witherspoon said in Hollywood Shuffle with Robert Townsend, who wants some okay? Hoes got to eat too.
They do.
Miss Nell needs to focus on Chris and the stress and the demise of their business. She's also yelling and complaining about her adult children and their situations. Remember to the prior family generations. I just feel like even if their businesses were successful, Nell was still going to do this because she just doesn't have her own going on. It's because she keeps spoiling those kids. She
You
keeps
need to
spoiling
focus
them.
on your
Yeah.
husband is trying to sell the daycare, Nell. You have other things that you could pay attention to. Leave these grown kids alone.
Shane said, "Oh, I would be quick as to ask Tariq, who the hell beat your ass? We gotta go jump somebody." Hey, Leefu, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Kira thinks this is Love and Hip Hop. She does.
She
Absolutely
gave
100%.
that.
She did. She reminded me actually of one of them girls on Atlanta. I can't think of her name right now, slipping, but yeah. Lance likes being on TV. Oh, absolutely.
He loves it.
Absolutely, he does. Absolutely, and does, and he Carlos type. So of course, that always is going, render in. Absolutely. But yes, we so then we have a scene where the groups break up, men and the women. The women, talk about, this situation with Trish being in Lance DM. Nell thought it was the perfect opportunity at her son's birthday party to bring up why Trish was in his DMs. Trish said, I was not in Lance's DMs. And Destiny side-eyed her like a motherfucker and pulled out her phone. She said, and Trish like, no, I may have commented on a comment. I said that, and they said, and so Destiny pulls out and shows Tisha, and Tisha starts hollering, being all extra dramatic. I'm like, Tisha, you have to do all that. Kimmy said, let me see. She said, now Trish, these are 4 hard eyes, and this is the tongue emoji. Trish said, you know what I did? I fat fingered it, and I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Trish, like I said earlier, cut it the fuck out. You meant to do that shit, and you got caught. You got caught, and instead of you just owning that, you want to sit here and then lie and then make everybody feel and look stupid. Well, really, we don't feel and look stupid because we know in order for you to comment, you have to press send for the comment to post. So unless you are just really fucking dingy and don't look at what you're posting, then how else would that have happened? You meant that shit and just stand in it. It's so irritating. She irritates me because she lie over crazy fucking shit. That is so stupid. It's not like Lance is ugly. He's not ugly. Like, just say he's cute. And you say you want to know what to do. He ain't my blood cousin, so why not? I would have so much respect for her if she would have did it like that. So then the conversation, talks, everyone talks about Chris Fletcher losing his license and how that must be for Nell. And, Nell is still feeling it because Nell was all like, yeah, I'm just not in a great place with y'all. I didn't want to tell y'all. I just didn't want to do it. It hurts me because me and Tisha in a fucked up place. And she's like, we are in a fucked up place. She go, yeah, we in a fucked up place. I don't know how to reach out to y'all, tell y'all what's going on with me and everything. So she says, excuse me, y'all, I got to go. And she parades herself into the bathroom. And then we focus on the men. So the men circle around and Lance goes, so how would y'all feel if one of y'all women were in my DMs? And everybody looking like, what the fuck going on? So Ken walks to the table with a plate of food. That's me. I'm always eating at events. Don't ever invite me to your shit unless you want your food to disappear because I'm always eating. And he goes, who was it? And he goes, Trish. And so Kim was like, I wasn't really tripping about it, because it was coming from him. And I'm like, that's your cousin. So, yes, it's weird, but I wasn't really tripping about that. And Marcel says, Trish is your cousin? Oh, like what? And I don't know if Lance was trying to have a moment and thought Kim was going to take the bait and feel a kind of way about it. I don't know what that scene was supposed to be, but it did do what the fuck it was supposed to do because everybody just laughed it off and was like, oh, okay, oh, well. And we go to the bathroom, and Nell over there, she cries. She goes, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know what I'm going to do. And everyone's like, we got you, Nell. Just everybody being funny, especially that damn Kimmy. We got your back, Nell. We got you. We got you. I'm just like, y'all, this episode was so fucking stupid. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Let me read these comments before I give Mrs. Best opinion on this whole situation because y'all set it up these comments. Once again, girl, you are lying. You stutter because you're stuttering. Exactly. That stutter was hard as hell. It's the way she walked in with the stank attitude. I agree. I think she did it too. Now that I'm like, we're more putting the inference on it, I think she did it as well. Once again, girl, I was focused on Kimmy body language. She does not like nails. She doesn't. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. I see why Marquez left Trish. Lion has
Everybody wanted to come down on Marquez, but once he came around, you saw that his story and Trish's story matched up, but she was trying to paint it and had us thinking that he just abandoned her when she asked him to leave. Trish is a liar.
I
She's a
know
liar.
I do question that situation too because it didn't make sense on her part. It just didn't.
And if you really
Um,
love your husband, you don't move on from a divorce that fast.
exactly. Um, that don't look like Ken in the cast photo on the screen. That's because they're all polished. Eat it all, James, because I just want to throw these pans in the garbage. Not to worry about packing up the leftover, pack up no leftovers. Eat all you want, homie. Trust me. Don't tempt me with a good time because if I'm coming to your house, I'm eating all of it unless you're not a good cook. This is how I know you a good cook. If I have more than one plate, you a good cook. If I just have one plate and I struggle to eat it, you ain't a good cook. And trust me, I've been to many parties here where I've only got one plate. Like, James, should I want to eat anything else? Oh no, I'm full. Thank you. I ate before I came. I've just been lying, making excuses. That's the tourist lie in me. Probably I did eat before I got there, but I probably didn't eat a lot. I probably just ate just to make sure I'm not over hungry. So now the Scott women are supporters of Destiny and Miss Nail suddenly. Right. That shit pissed me off. Trish reminds me of the water boy. I love you. I do. That's awesome. So, Mrs. Best, how did you feel about the women cracking on Trish, talking about why you commenting them hard eyes and that tongue emoji and her stuttering?
I didn't really care for it. I don't really have much to add. Y'all know how I feel about Trish. I think she just a hoe that be on the prowl quietly. That's all.
That's it. How did you feel about Ken's response to Lance bringing it up in front of the guys, and how did you feel about his non-response to it?
I don't think Ken cares. But I also
Mm.
feel like Kim was embarrassed to have that brought up in front of everybody. But I also felt like it was weird that Lance brought it up. Like he was just trying to find a way to stay on camera. But I don't know. I didn't care for the whole ending of the episode. This is why I don't really like this show. I was looking and I was like, okay, so it's just a bunch of foolery, buffoonery, bullshit. Nell crying in a closet or wherever she ran to. I'm sorry she's
Child.
overwhelmed, but if you're overwhelmed and talk about that on camera, it honestly might be healthy for her to talk about how overwhelmed she feels and, sharing more of what she's going through in her personal life than leaning on her kids for a storyline. It might be good for her to talk about that. But I also feel like anytime life gets a little bit hard for Nell, just from what I've watched on Love and Marriage Huntsville, it seems like she crashes out like extra hard and gets like overly emotional and sensitive. Like I get that life is hard and you dealing with a lot, but baby, it could be worse. It could be worse now. You still have some businesses. Life is not the worst. And with your kids, if you mind your fucking business, that's half of your stress right there. So it was odd.
I
And I just looked at the cast like they fake. Like, Kimmy, you don't like this lady. Don't act like, oh, we got you. I don't like Kimmy because she gives pick me, but she's also somebody that talks really well. She speaks well. And I feel like people don't look into the fact that even though she speaks well, she's extremely fake and disingenuous. So I'm looking like Kimmy and Tisha coming after Nell when y'all have been ganging up on this lady for no apparent reason, just because Mel is gone, it seems, in my opinion. I kind of looked like, okay, so you got a room full of fake people trying to console you. And you know what they're going to do at the reunion? Well, with this group, even though we have our differences, we still support each other when one of
yeah.
us is really, they're going to say that bullshit. And they was trying to sell me lemonade and I didn't have no sugar in mine. So that's just how I felt watching the end scene. Sorry.
It was. It was just really ridiculous. Y'all are just pulling shit out of anywhere at this point. Like it's so sad and pathetic that y'all really have to stoop this low for a reality TV show fodder that it's not winning right now. Just give the show up. Either give the show up or get a whole new
And
cast.
then Pacino Rules have made a couple comments that I really agreed with as it relates to the Scots, and that's something that really makes my teeth itch watching this show. Them motherfuckers was so mean to Destiny and Nell, the way they spoke about them, the way they treated them. Now suddenly y'all are flipping the script. One thing I've noticed about Love is Marriage Huntsville is it seems like Tisha and the Scots as a whole, husbands and wives, they pay very close attention to audience reception of them. And I do find it to be suspect that after the audience was like, leave Nell and Destiny alone, now suddenly y'all taking trips to Michigan to meet long lost siblings and supporting each other in clients' closets for meltdowns. It just gives disingenuous. And then the whole time in the scene, no shade, Carlos King, I am about to read you professionally. Why don't your editors understand how to quiet the background noise in a scene? You could hear everybody talking in the background of this scene. You could hear the music being played in the venue at the same time that all of that is happening. The show has their background music playing, and then we're also trying to listen to these people talk. Who let that shit air like that? I'm having to turn my TV up so I can appropriately hear the conversation. I'm like, I cannot with Love and Marriage Huntsville. I hope it gets better. They need to change the cast, James.
I agree. They need to change the cast. They need to change everything because it's getting redundant at this point. Like, what the hell are we doing? Like, the fact that we have Trish and her, 304 phase is getting into Lance's DMs, who, is her cousin's stepson. Like, wow, that's all we have, really? Like, damn. I'm reading some more of these comments. Jules says, I agree. I think Ken is getting annoyed with the show and simply depositing his cashing checks.
Sure is.
I don't think he's getting annoyed with the show. I think he enjoys it personally. I think that him and Trisha are not really together, and it showed in this episode.
I think he's annoyed with being attached to her on this show.
Yes,
He
I was just
wants
gonna
to
say that.
just be an independent star of this show. You could tell by how he posts and behaves, but
Yes,
he keeps getting looped in and expected to behave a certain way because of his attachment to Trisha. But I
yeah,
kind of
because
feel the same way about her too.
I think hers was more obvious because her start on the show was the speculation that allegedly she had fucked Martell. So I
Mm.
think that with hers, it was always like this. And I think that it then became her constantly in defense mode, and then bringing Marquez on the show added to that, where it's even now more apparent. But I think all that really did was let us see her true colors because she let her own slip show with Martell's situation because she did feel slighted by him. And I feel like, okay. And then it got revealed that she was at his house a few times. And then she tried to lie about that. So I kind of feel like with her, it was always like this. With him, more so, I think all this is going to do now when it gets revealed that they have broken up. This is just going to make it easier for him to get his next woman with, children. That's all this is going to do. Because that's what's going to be brought
True.
onto the show. It's going to be brought onto the show. He got a whole new woman, and she probably got 3 or 4 kids, and he's going to have her, fulfill his dream of being a dad,
I
which
don't
is
think he
to
can
me.
have kids. I'm standing with my sister Shana underscore MCD. I do not think this man can have kids.
Well,
I
I
just
mean,
don't. I don't know why, but he would have got at his big age, and he's supposed to be eating right and working out and stuff, and he still ain't knocked nobody up, not even by accident. I don't think he can, and that's
yeah.
okay if he can't.
Shani says, I think Kimmy feels that because she's the older than most of the show. Every time she speaks, she's righteous. Nope. I just think that there's a bit of delusion with Kimmy. I think that her antics of what she says worked in like the early 2000s and the mid 2000s, but now that we're in 2026, no, man, that shit doesn't work anymore.
You just
It's
an old
actually,
ass pick me, Kimmy.
yes, exactly.
We respect the OG women who are okay with being single, not staying with a man they clearly not attracted to just to be married.
Let me explain something to y'all because now I done got mad now all over again.
What?
Anytime, because y'all talking about Kimmy, now I got to do some shit now. Anytime someone in hindsight who has a professional career, where is she at? Because now I have to
Oh Lord.
bring her back on screen. Now I wasn't gonna do it this episode, but now y'all done made me have to do it. Anytime. God is on your side, Kim, because now my computer doesn't want to upload this lady's face.
Like now Keywan said, where is it at? But Kimmy
Where
is she just
anytime,
the
yeah, no,
old
anytime
pixie.
it won't let me do it, y'all. It won't let me bring that lady face on here because I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to, you know, they probably banned me from doing it now. You know, StreamYard be fucking up the church's money.
They
But
do.
they do. They be fucking up church's money. But yeah, anytime that lady had to show you her actual face and remove her character and look at your husband that say he need to fuck multiple times a day and shit, yeah, you're not with the man you're supposed to be with, but you don't want to be single. So yeah, we ain't got no respect for you.
Dead on arrival is the truth.
It is. And it's always been that way. I just think that, you know, she's getting what she needs out of him. And that's it. That's all. It was never supposed to go any further than that. But yeah. Let me see what else are we let me see what else we have here. Ooh, y'all just commenting away. I got all kind of comments. Virginia Rue says, how many men are they gonna throw at Destiny and Trish? I'm trying to think. Okay. Oh yeah, because we had I forgot about Twan and Will, because I was gonna say how many men have been thrown at Destiny, but then I had to think about it.
Yellow's
Oh,
King loves to make a single black woman look crazy, and they love to help give him content themselves. Because
mhm.
when Destiny was sandwiched between them two men last season, I was like, okay, this is enough.
No, it
If
was the
I
way.
ever wanted to scream at the television, enough. That's literally me watching that
No,
scene.
not
James
only
was
was he
voice noting
sampled.
me going off when they sandwiched Destiny between them two boys. I wish I could put the voice notes that James was sending me as he watched that episode up. I wish I could because they
It was
pissed
the
him
way they
so off.
sandwiched and the way they was holding hands, rubbing up against their seat. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, do y'all that gives me two men who have sex together with a woman, like they
To
share.
join hands
Yeah, yeah, to join
was
hands like
crazy.
that, that gives me like I'm telling you, I've never known men to do that. Like I've never known men to do that. So when I see that, I'm like, okay, do y'all double penetrate or something? Like, what the hell's going on?
Not to you.
I'm telling you, I know two gay dudes who
I
do
thought I
that.
was muted. My bad.
Yes, no, I know two gay dudes who do it. They double penetrate a woman because they don't want to have sex with each other, but they're a couple. So it's kind of like they're that toxic where they don't want to penetrate each other, so they do it to a woman. It's
Let
so
me
sad.
mind my black-owned
Yeah,
married
it's so
business.
sad. I'm telling you, Phoenix
Okay.
got when I tell you, Phoenix got some of everything. It's shit I've never even would have thought to do as a person. And I feel sorry for the women who have to endure that pain like that. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Oh, wait.
Y'all deserve better. Yeah, y'all deserve better. Uh yeah, but I want to upload her face. I really do, but they won't let me. So, you know, next time I'm gonna make sure she here the entire time. Did y'all people when Maurice said he wants to help Kim, but he's young?
I think maybe younger than Maurice. Ken is not.
Kim
I
ain't
feel
that
like Ken
damn.
is older than me, and I'm 33.
Yes.
So he's
If
definitely
Trish
like
is,
a well-to-do adult, but he's
yeah.
definitely younger than Maurice.
Yeah, he's definitely because Maurice is in his late 40s. So yes, he's definitely younger than Maurice, but he ain't that much
Like
damn
Ken
younger.
can still grow some hair.
Yeah.
Maurice can't.
James, I the way you put that. I got so next review. I'm gonna have her face up the entire time. I am. I'm gonna have her face up the entire time. Okay, Intel. What the hell?
She said, "What the hell? That's what I'm thinking." From what he was explaining, I said, "Double what? One is enough." Are
When I
women
tell,
doing that?
yeah, it's a thing. Like I realize
Maybe with
like
tiny tillywhackers
I
that
don't
could
know.
work.
Listen, let me tell you
Because what?
something. Okay, so one of the men I actually seen his because he got it pierced and he took me with him, and I was like,
You
don't
went with
worry.
someone to get their dick pierced? What is
Yeah,
happening in the
yeah.
world? It is Resurrection Day.
He
My
didn't.
God.
He didn't tell me that's what he was doing. So when I walked in, I thought he was getting a piercing somewhere else. And at that time, I was curious to get my nipples pierced. So it was a whole thing. But he said he was getting his shit pierced, and I was like, ow. So when I actually saw it, I was like, oh hell no. I don't know whatever girl y'all messing with. I know she out her fucking mind. Because I can only imagine what your husbands look like, and I can just no. There's no fucking way y'all are not gonna do that to me. I'm sorry. Like these women out here, and of course it's blonde hair, blue eyed, little simple Avivas and Kayleys of the world out here that be doing that goofy shit. Go subscribe to Mrs. Best channel so y'all know what the hell we're talking about. Watch all of the 90 Day Fiance and also Love During Lockup, and y'all know exactly what we're talking about when I reference those names. But yeah, but that was it. That was Love and Marriage Huntsville. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even though these two men are black, but yeah, it's definitely they get the colorless because ain't no. Y'all really think a black woman, if Mrs. Best is trying to wrap her mind around it, do y'all really think that black
I'm
women really?
actually low key traumatized. I may have to turn on somebody's online church because what?
That's what happens when you be
Wow.
a lot of. Let me tell you, a lot of gay men that grew up in like the 80s and 90s, it is not okay to be gay. So they actually take that shit to their head and to the extreme and do this crazy shit. So
Wow.
when I look at Twan and I look at Will, that's exactly what they give me is that.
Jesus. Lord help us.
Yes. Yeah, yes.
I ain't
So,
got time for that. I'm sitting on one at a time. That's ridiculous. Absolutely.
child, I guess it's not considered gay when you do it, but I consider it to be. So tonight we got Housewives of Atlanta, and then we also have another episode of Rhode Island.
Yes, we do.
When is
House
that?
the Housewives of Rhode Island did have their premiere on Thursday, but there will be another new episode that airs tonight with
Oh wow.
Atlanta. I don't know what they're doing with the show, but I do cover the Housewives of Rhode Island. And the way I do it on my channel is the next day after it airs is when I go live. So I guess I will be going live. I actually forgot about that. I had read that and
Damn,
was
so
like,
I'm gonna
okay,
miss so y'all, I have a 70-hour work week this starting Monday, and unfortunately I can't make Mrs. Best's lives this week. So that's gonna mess up my can because I really want to
yeah,
if I
I
didn't
don't get off work till 4 o'clock.
if I did not
So
need this money, y'all, I promise y'all I would be there.
it's okay. Your job should always come first. Until YouTube is paying you to where you could pay the electric, the gas, the water bill, put some
Yeah.
groceries, fill up your tank, you got to go to work. And I cannot join his, or well, no, I'll be on your lives, but just my work schedule, I can't go live. Like I can join yours, but there won't be time for me to do mine. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Not yawning reviews already.
They ain't even
Not your
started
coochie
yet.
hurting just thinking about it, girl. Right. That's a lot. That's a lot.
It is a lot. No, that's what I'm saying. But that is a thing out there, man. A lot of, they're I think the problem is that men really just don't want to be who they are, even though they'll go to the full extreme of getting married, doing the tax write-offs together and shit like that. But when it comes to the sexual part, that's why I said we had this conversation in the Valley Live with that gay couple where they said they have an open relationship because I said they were probably both bottoms, but they really are in love with each other. But the sex part is complicated for them. That's the same thing with two tops in a relationship. They try to find other avenues. And this one, when they told me about it, I was like, one, I had to look up the porn for it because I don't know how they do it. So when I looked up the porn for it, I was like, oh, that does not look comfortable. I don't know
That does
what.
not look
No,
comfortable.
I don't know. I don't know what lily white lady y'all found to do that goofy shit with y'all with, but wow is all I had to say. Especially two black men. Wow. And then one has a piercing. Wow. Lady, there's no way if they fucked you in September that you were able to walk in October. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ridiculous. My
Yes.
God.
We're gonna have mad stuff to talk about. 3 different shows. Yes, we is, Shandy. Yes, we are. But that's it, y'all. That is it. I stayed here a lot longer than I thought I would for a Love and Marriage Huntsville episode, but we had a great time. Make sure you guys are subscribed to me. Everybody in the chat, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you like the video on your way out. Replay gang, how y'all doing? We hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. We hope it gave you everything you needed and more. happy Resurrection Sunday, happy Easter, whatever you call this day. We hope you enjoy it with your family. We hope you get a plate of food, as I'm about to, because my grandmother keep calling me. I know she'll get a plate of food. Granny, I'm on my way. Thank you guys so much. Break up your reviews, do something else. Girl, listen. She worked during the day. I work at night. We are not collaborating this week as much. It's just from me
I'll
to
be
her.
on James's
Yeah.
channel. I will be on all of his lives. And when I have like one live, which like the Valley, you'll probably make it to because I do
Yeah.
that one before work. But for basically, it's really just the first half of the week that he won't be there. But it's okay.
That's okay, Lee. We hope you have a great replay. We hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope to see you again as well. So
Yeah, it's
yes.
better late than never, boo. At least you
Yeah.
came.
Yes. Yes. Even though I think that's my fucking sister, but you know.
What?
I think that's my sister. I really do. I think that looks like my sister.
It looks like your sister.
It does. It looks like my sister. It does.
Oh,
But you
wow.
know, yeah, I don't think she, I don't think, hell, I don't know shit. You know, these kids nowadays with all these filters and stuff. I don't think that's my, well, I don't know. We'll see. She'll tell me in the comments if it is her. She'll tell me if it is. But yeah, yes. Thank you guys for being here once again. I appreciate you so much. And I'll see you guys on my next live. Have a good one, y'all. Bye bye.